I'll start with this one. So I was with my neighbors, next door neighbors, the Bucknackis, at about age 4 is what I'd put myself. So the oldest son would have been 6 years old about at that time. It was probably a spring day. And we were having fun outside. My mom let me play with them at that time. And Ricky was a year older than me, so he was 5-ish, and I was 4. So we were playing outside. Mom went inside for a brief moment, and then Robbie says, "Hey, John, watch me. I can throw this rock over the garage." I'm like, "Okay." So I start watching him do this miraculous feat. He throws this rock. It clips the edge of the garage, and then whacked me right in the head. And I can hear the sound of that if I think about it. The thunk, and then boom, instantly I go like a sack of potatoes, hit the ground. I haven't gotten their story yet, but if you want to zoom me with your side of the story, I'd be more than happy. I can only imagine that they thought I was dead. So somehow they got their mom, and their mom swooped me up and started to carry me to their grandmother's, who lives right next door to them, and started calling for my mom. Loudly, "Anna, Anna." And as she's rounding the garden to kind of hand me off, I come too. And she goes, "Oh, he got a bump on his head. You might want to have him checked out with a doctor. Your call. Here you go." And I'm sure the panic in her voice got my mom to come out. And when I came to, it relaxed their mom, because they were renting their house, or in the process of buying their house, renting. I don't know the exact story, but I'm sure she was like, "Oh no, like my son knocked out their son with some big medical issue." But I didn't even go to the hospital on that one. They just put some ice on my bump, and I was supposedly okay. But if you ask my brother Bob, he'd probably debate you. Trust me, I'm mostly okay. I don't know any long-term damage on that. That was that one. And I didn't realize I had the blackout from the time that I dropped like a sack of potato. But one of the things that you might want to do if you recall your own injuries is see if you have a change of position where you were unconscious maybe. Because I remember a similar scenario where my mom dropped me off at the cousins, went shopping, came back, picked me up, squeezed me in between the packed grocery bags in the back seat and me and the thing, shut the door, and we go, I don't know, a half a mile home. So as we're rounding the corner to enter the road we lived on, the door flung open and I tumbled out. So I remember a little bit later, I don't think I had a fugue, but I remember my my second oldest brother, Jim, and my brothers, maybe my sister even, "Hey, how many fingers do I have?" So we knew that there was concussion there, but my mom was more scared than me. I remember the events of the accident. I didn't have a blackout. I remember my mom was more scared, and then later when my brothers and sister perhaps quizzed me about the concussion, I kind of got a feel of what knowledge we knew at the time and how we would test each other. And I passed the test, so they just put ice on my wounds, patched my little wounds. I got scraped the knees, and that was it. So the moral of the story, Mom never did that again. She made sure the door was shut and locked more securely. I didn't know when I had the rock incident hit my head that it was a fugue until I realized that there was a gap between where I was and where I came to. So there was a position change, and then me hearing her voice maybe faintly in the distance probably was the impetus that got me to come back to my mind. So I talked all but the last one, so let's finish that one now on a roll.